Today we're going to make an alcohol torch using an Axe, empty can of Axe. Okay? So, first thing, pop the top off. It's okay if you break it. 1 centimeter from the bottom. And then 7.4 centimeters from the bottom as well. So right here. Okay. Like that. All of this. Then, using a Joe Dandy disc, we're going to cut it where we marked it. Pause it and come back after I do that. Okay, so now I have my 2 pieces. Separate the straw, take a hammer and a nail, pound this middle piece out. More difficult than I thought. Side. Okay, so we have that out. Now I'm going to go polish off the edges on the lathe, and if you want you can remove the paint with the lathe as well. Okay, I've got it ready now. Don't bother taking the paint off, that was way too much effort. Anyway, smooth the edges here so it's not jagged. You take a toothbrush, burnish the inside just to flare it out a little bit so that this will seat inside. Next we're going to go use some Ivolene and we're going to seat it in there using the Ivolene. Okay. I'm going to attach the 2 pieces now using Ivolene. That's monomer plus powder, 6 mLs of the monomer. Make sure you use a glass graduated cylinder. If you use the plastic ones, it ruins them. And believe it or not, these I think are about $10 or $15 a piece, depending where you order them from. One time using it with the plastic graduated cylinder ruins the cylinder, and it's just a waste. Won't ruin the glass ones, you can clean them out. So 6 mLs of monomer. And then the powder is in this bag here. You get 1 scoop, put it into the denture cup. Liquid goes in, mix it up. It's going to be really sticky and gooey. Just get it mixed so it's incorporated. Then you let it sit. Kind of cover it so that the monomer doesn't evaporate. Once it gets to the dough stage, that's when it's ready to work with. So scoop it out, and then knead it with your fingers. Make sure it's mixed properly. Knead it a little bit. Take our stove, or our burner rather, alcohol burner. I'm going to put it around the top here. Be pretty generous because I want to make sure that there's no openings. If you want, you could put this in the pressure cooker and it'll take out some of the porosity in it. It'll be a little bit harder, less porous. So we got it on there like that. We're going to seat it. Okay, I guess I was a little bit too generous. Seat it inside. Right like so. And I'm going to try to, I want to leave some room in here to put alcohol in for a pilot, but I also want to make sure that there's no alcohol that's going to sneak out from the inside. So I'm just going to shove this in real good. The Ivalin gets really hot as you work, so definitely wear gloves. Not just because it's sticky, but also it gets really, really hot. And you can actually burn yourself. It can get hot enough to boil water sometimes. And when this hardens, I'll come back. It takes 7 minutes to harden. We'll see you in a couple minutes. I had to make a modification. I put 3 little holes in here, one here, and one here. You might be able to get away with 2, not sure. The idea is you fill up this little tray a little bit with alcohol, you fill the inside with alcohol. Light here, it's a pilot light. Once it heats up the alcohol inside, it evaporates at a high enough rate where it shoots out the sides and the top. After the pilot light goes out, it's self-sustaining from the heat from the side ones. And it does die down a little bit so that you're not have a ridiculously high flame. So we use our little funnel, fill with maybe about ½ an ounce or so of water or alcohol. Then we're going to fill up our little pilot area, just a little bit, not too much. It's hard to see the flames, you can't see them because it's bright in here, but the pilot light is lit. Any second now, it'll be hot enough inside. It's going to start shooting out in a second now. Barely lit, the pilot light, but it's going to work. It's going to take about 40 or 60 seconds for the pilot light to heat it and then go out once it's self-sustaining. So see, it's coming out now. Flame's going to be really big at first, but it'll die down once the alcohol runs out around that little pilot area. Yeah, it dies down though pretty good. It looks intimidating at first, but it dies. See, it's starting to die a little bit already. Then you can take your wax instruments and use them in the flame.
That's it.
Shit, that's it. Oh shit.